Paul, I want to bring up some math that we did. Lots of people have been doing this math.
Eric's going to
because it really explains everything you need to know about Yahoo. You take Yahoo's market capitalization, you subtract the value of Alibaba, you subtract the value of Yahoo Japan, you X out the cash, which you need to do, and you end up with negative residual value. Is that the report card on Marissa Mayer?
I think it is. I think it is. I think right now, when we talk about the core business of Yahoo, which investors haven't really talked about the core business of Yahoo for the past 2 years. We've all been focusing on the value of Alibaba and the way to maximize value for shareholders for Alibaba. But the fact is the core business is showing no growth. I mean, zero growth. Actually, revenue declines in certain quarters. And this is in an industry, internet advertising in general is growing 15% a year. So Yahoo's advertising business is actually losing share to competitors such as Facebook and Google and so on. So this is the challenge for Marissa to turn this around.
Are analysts and investors taking a close enough look at not only her core business, but all of these new strategies she's building, or are people sort of resting on the joy of this Alibaba stake?
Well, you're right. The stock is down 20% because so far this year, because I think investors are saying, okay, I think I got a decent idea of what Alibaba's worth for me in this spinoff. I think I have a decent value of what Yahoo Japan might be worth to me, even if under various tax scenarios. And what I see remaining is the core business. I don't really like the core business. I don't see much growth in the core business, and that's why the stock is where it is. So we are very much at the point where Marissa has to deliver to the street.
I want to ask a question to the two of you. What do you deem to be Yahoo's core business? If someone said to you, what is Yahoo, what would you say?
Well, I'm going to go back to my very dated internet language and say they run a web portal.
Yep. It's content and it's selling advertising against the content. As simple as that. One of the things they don't have is they don't have a very robust mobile strategy. And as we think about, when you listen to the Googles of the world, the Facebooks of the world, even the Alibabas, what do they talk about? The growth of their, their mobile business. For Facebook, that is the #1 metric that investors want to focus on, and they get about 75% of their revenue from mobile advertising. For Yahoo, it's much, much lower. They're playing catch-up. That's one of the reasons why they have not been able to reignite their revenue growth.
Then again, cut Alibaba out. Then as a content portal, would you rate them in the top 5 content portals, Eric?
Listen. I'm not going to rate them as a total, but I will say that they have some strong businesses. Yahoo
Yahoo Weather.
Yahoo Finance is a strong business. The Yahoo Weather app is a great app.
Yahoo
use it every day.
There's premium content there. There's premium advertising
Yahoo
inventory.
Sports.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All that premium inventory is there.
They brought in marquee people.
They did, and they've had a lot of turnover. But Marissa has put together a good team. She has brought the cool back to Yahoo in Silicon Valley, believe it or not. What we haven't seen, though, is it in the numbers. But that's been okay because we've had Alibaba just creating this aura over the stock that it hasn't been an issue. But again, as we cycle through the Alibaba and Yahoo Japan news, which we will over the next couple of quarters, the pressure and the focus on the core business.
Give her a break in that, isn't it going to take time to sort of move the ship around and build things up? When you think about the massive success of Instagram, Snapchat, even Facebook, you sort of have this enthusiasm, this momentum, and Yahoo's been around quite a bit longer.
Precisely. How many successful tech turnarounds have there been? One. Apple.
That's right, and I think, essentially AOL, what happened to AOL? AOL was bought out by Verizon. So a lot of investors are sitting back saying, gee, maybe there's a Verizon out there for Yahoo that will take a look at the core business, take a look at the valuable property, take a look at the 800 million users that come to Yahoo every month and say there's value there. Maybe somebody else can, extract that
But guess what? Tim Armstrong is really figuring out advertising.
Yep. Programmatic advertising.
Programmatic advertising.
Yeah, that's right. So
we got to land it there.
You bet.
Paul,
You've Got Mail, one of my favorite movies.
That is Paul Sweeney, folks. He's with Bloomberg Intelligence.